Great. So Zootopia, big success. Want to ask to start out, what do you think kind of audiences relate to, or why it's so special as a film?
It's a good question. What do you think? What's special about Zootopia?
Well, I think audiences are relating to. It's a world that feels a lot like our world. I would say, that even though it's fantastic with anthropomorphic animals, we wanted to make it a film that people could relate to. That it felt like it was their world too.
Especially now with the election coming up, it seems uncanny in a lot of ways. It's like life imitating art, I guess. In a lot of ways, we'll see.
I think a lot of people should go back and see the movie again. I think we should re-release it. There's a lot that could be learned, from the film.
Make sure you vote. Everybody votes on Tuesday.
Kind of tied to my next question, I was curious, with a lot of animals that are popular, about what was the genesis of putting together this movie, or where did the idea come from? What inspired this?
Well, about 5 years ago, we pitched the idea to John Lasseter about doing a talking animal movie where they walk around on two legs and wear clothes, and he was all over it because we hadn't done one of those at Disney in a long time. And what we really decided was, since there have been a lot of talking animal movies, we wanted to make sure we made an animal movie that you'd never seen before. So we really figured out how the city would work. Like, if these guys actually evolved and started walking and talking like us, how would it really work? And I think that's where a lot of the entertainment in the film comes from.
I would agree. It used to bug me as a little kid, watching movies about talking animals or reading books about them, and wondering, well, I know lions eat antelope, but they're living in a city together, and getting along somehow, and usually the city would be a place like New York, like a human city, and I would think, how is a polar bear able to exist in that heat, So we really wanted to go deep into this story and explain those things, of how a lion and an antelope could live together, or how can you have a city where desert dwelling animals live right next door to polar dwelling animals. So that was one of the big main nuts that we wanted to crack on this movie.